Hey guys, Rimjaner here, bringing you another cast. This is going to be a Zerg versus Terran on the map Cloud Kingdom. So this is a request game. If you do ever play me, I have no problem casting one of your games because I do save every single replay. It's on autosave. And this is just a request by my buddy here. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. We'll call it Wagner. And he'll be spawning as the blue Terran down there in the bottom left, and I'm up in the top right position. Of course, these are cross spawns. And I'll be opening up with my normal Terran build, the 16 hatchery, 17 spawning pool, and I'll be scouting on about should be scouting at 13 or something like that. Okay, so my first guy comes out and he's going to scout. I'm going to speed this up just because you know what's going to happen. So when you do scout, by the way, okay, so when you do scout over here, what you want to do is see what is being built. If there isn't a refinery, you know that there could be some sort of 2 racks play or an early command center expand. So I do see gas there, and that's a pretty standard build. But I'm not sure why he did build this back there. Yeah, I'm really not sure about that, but yes, this is a pretty standard build, and I'm going to just get a quick scout in and get out. If they do lock me in, I just build... oh, look at this. So he did 1 gas into command center, which means he's probably going to go into Hellions. This is a pretty risky build, but against Zerg, like 90% of Zergs do what I do, 17 pool. I'm not going to even have a pool until this is halfway done, and he'll have at least 1 bunker up. So that's not a bad. It's not a bad build. It's pretty greedy, and it's going to work because I'm being pretty greedy too. And I'm going to put down a spine, which I definitely don't need. I should have probably scouted again, but it's something that I'm not used to doing. So I'm going to scout with 2 Zerglings, and I will see him with that bunker there and this command center. If I did decide to, because I did see that, I don't know, I am getting gas now. I could have done a Baneling all in. I don't know if I'll have enough larva, but I don't like going to that. It looks like he's going to go into a 3 command center build. So this is going to be a longer game, eco game. He's going to be pumping out 2 Hellions there. Yes, with blue flame. Oh, he's going to get a tank. Okay. I've seen this build done before, and then they go directly into blue flame, but I guess Roaches really does counter that. But he will be scouting with just 1. Is it 1 Hellion? Is there 2? Was it 1 Hellion? I'm not even sure. Looks like there's 1 Hellion on the field. I'm not sure if I killed it. I'm going to slow this down now because we are in the mid game, and we can analyze some of this play. So as you see here, I did see that he did go into 1 command center build, and I'm going to go into a Roachling, and I'm going to push around the 10-minute mark. Is kind of when you do want to push. The amount of tanks that a Terran player will have isn't that high. As you see here, he'll probably have 2, possibly 3 if I take too long, and a handful of Marines. So this is also a hard front to push because of that rock there. What I should be doing is going to the left, but he does have a tank on the high ground here, so he's going to have 3 tanks. So I'm not going to be able to do too much damage, and he's going to grab his 3rd very fast. And as you see here, he is quite ahead of me in workers, but I do probably have a larger army size. As you see here, my army is a lot bigger than his, but he does have a lot of tanks in good position. And I come in here with these Banelings and clean up a lot, but those tanks on the high ground are going to do a lot of damage, and he's going to be able to fend off this attack pretty much no problem. We can check units lost here, and I have lost more than him, I guess, and I am basically behind in economy as he is on 3 bases already, and I am only on 2. We check the income. He's 66 over 50. Let's check our upgrades. I'm at 1-1, and he is at 0-0. So I am winning the upgrade war right now. He is going to be getting his 1-1 and his +1 attack, but I should be upgrading 2-2. So I am ahead in upgrades, but behind in economy. I've transitioned into Infestors, and let's see what else we have here. So I'm going to go with Ling Infestor now. Basically the Roaches were just to push the first time, not to let his tank army get too large. And he does have a pretty good wall fortification over here with that bunker. I'm not going to be able to break that pretty easily, especially with these tanks on the ridge here. A lot of good tank positioning on this map for Terran players. And it looks like he has 3 tanks on the field, and is just putting down a few more barracks. Yep, a lot more barracks. And we'll be upgrading a 2-2 attack. When my 3rd does come up, it is a pretty late 3rd as it is 13 minutes, but I did do that 10-minute attack. Looks like I'm just getting a few spore crawlers there, and I should be getting a macro hatchery, and then eventually, when this is at least half saturated, I should be getting a hive. And we will check the workers. Production, I probably will make a lot of workers very shortly. 54 there, I should be making a lot more. And I'll probably take my 4th very soon too. As you see here, I have a few infestors on the field. My creep spread is pretty good. It's already reaching almost the midway point of the map. And it looks like there's going to be a drop coming over here. And usually there's a 2-prong drop. There it is. Remember, as I said in one of my earlier videos, the two-prong drop will come to your top and bottom of your bases, of course. As you see, there's one coming there and one coming at the top. He doesn't know that I have a 3rd yet, so he will just drop in my main, which is oh, and I did see that there, but I did not get to it in time. So he's going to drop my 3rd. As you see, it's going to be the top and bottom bases. Drop a few there, and then drop a few up top, and we'll be dropping my natural at the same time. And let's check the workers lost tab. He's killed 1. Oh, sorry, he's killed 3 workers, which he probably killed a lot earlier. So not too much damage has been done. And he is quite ahead of me in supply, 165 over 105. So this is a very, very play from behind kind of game from me. I'm down almost 20 drones in almost 20 drones, and he does have 1, 2, 3, and he's gonna have 4 command centers and a pretty large army. 80 workers there. Check the army. His army is about double the size of mine, almost triple the size of mine, and he's gonna be pushing out right now. And my army is way over here. But I find that Marine tank is very, very weak against, extremely weak against Zergling infestor. Even mass Zergling with upgrades, Marine tank is pretty isn't that good against. So I don't know, maybe he's very far ahead of you. Maybe it's just his unit composition. Mech would work much better, especially when you get an economy like that. And I am going to be taking my 4th as well. He's going to be taking creep. He's got how many tanks here? 8 tanks and a lot of Marines. And my army's up here. All I have is Lings and Infestors. I'm going to pause the game for 1 second. I'm going to check our army tab. His army is well over double mine. And I'm going to do my best to take this out, and we're going to see what's going to happen here. I'm going to engage, throw a fungal down. I did not see those tanks there, but I'm going to probably kill all these Marines with two chain bombs. There we go. Let's kill all those Marines. And I'm probably rallying in a lot of Zerglings. Oh, I got more here. So my 2nd round of Zerglings. And like I said, Marine tank he does not have enough Marines to kill this. If I was going roaches, then you probably could stop this. I brought my queens down to take the initial tank volleys. Sorry, I do have the sound up pretty high. Oh man, I definitely forgot to. Let me do that really quick. Sound. Let's turn this way down. Okay, so as you see there, I killed basically his whole army with mine still standing, and we can look at the units lost now. He's way far ahead of me, and that's just one thing about Marine tank against this kind of build. This Benishiwa kind of build is extremely strong against Marine tank. If you are going to go Marine tank for any Terran players, you should be doing multiple drops all the time, keeping me in my base, like 3-prong drops, as his army was so much larger than mine, but because they were all clumped up, my banelings and fungals were able to easily rid that army. And I'm going to come up to his 3rd and realize that I can't get in there, and I don't have much of an army. He did rebuild. Let me check the income here. He's still way ahead of me in income, over 20 drones ahead of me. I am grabbing my 4th, so he's kind of oversaturated on his bases. But we'll be grabbing my 4th and an Ultralist Den as well. I should be upgrading 3-3 very shortly. As you see here, he does have a lot of extra income. I do too, I guess, but I think I'm waiting for... I don't even know what I'm waiting for, actually. I probably will just make a bunch of Ultralists in a second, though, and that income will be gone. And we can check my production and see what I'm building. Okay, I just built 4 Ultralisks. And, okay, I spent all my money right there. So I did have a bid bank, but he is banking quite a bit, and he's spending a lot now, too. His supply is over mine still. And we can check the income tag because I did just build a bunch of more workers. So I'm at 62 now. I'm going to build a bunch more banelings, and he's going to move out to the center of the field. This time he has a few less tanks and a lot more marines. And again, this is not the best build, I believe, against what I'm doing here. He probably will. So I'm going to move out, and I'm going to see him set up there. And I'm going to wait for my Ultralisk because I do have a few coming. And I hate when they come at that one. And then he just sees my tech. So what I'm going to do is obviously send the Ultras out first. They're really just going to take as much damage as possible. Ultras out first, fungal the Marines, send the Banelings into the Marines. That was pretty bad micro by me. I didn't send them into the Marines, but I did get that fungal down to kill all those Marines there. And this Ultra has 9 health, and he is a boss Ultra because he did survive that attack. And he here is going to take his 4th base. As a Zerg, I don't like taking my 4th on the low ground just because of tanks, so I take it here. I believe it's a much safer position. And I'm going to build a few more Zerglings and Banelings and take out his 4th. So my Ultralists are 4-2. I'm not upgrading 3-3 yet. It's really an upgrade that I always forget to do. I don't know, maybe because it's pretty expensive, but I always forget to make the 3-3 upgrade. And I'm going to come here and do my best to take out this Marine army again. I didn't have enough Banelings ready. They were too far behind. I'm going to try to make it to those Marines, but I'm not going to. And I'm just going to take out these tanks here. As those Banelings were morphing back there, and I did not have them in time. Alright, so I will check my production. As you see here, I'm at 70 drones workers now. And I have 22 lings on the way, and my Ultras have been staying alive. So I really do have a pretty strong Ultras army, and I do have a lot of hatcheries with larvae. Maybe I lost a bunch of queens, and my injects aren't so great right now. Looks like they're going up to inject. I still am not upgrading 3-3. But this was a come from behind. He did have double the size army I did. But as you see, Zergling Banelings and Infestors are a very, very good composition against Marine tank. He could have just went straight up mass Marines and probably would have had better outcomes if his units were split better. But I do notice that he isn't splitting his Marines as efficiently as possible. Maybe that could be due to my Infestors getting fungals down. Alright, so he's going to take his 4th base again over here. And I do have 2 Zerglings just working away at it. And he's going to build another command center over here. We're going to check our income. Essentially, he's mining on 1 base. And I am mining on 4 still, because of my, or 3, because of my saturation earlier. And he does have 2,000, 3,000 banked up. That's one thing I find weird with Terrans. I know I did spot this this dropship here. I'm going to get that, and there probably would be another one at the top, as you see there. Should always try to save your queen. I don't know if I'm going to here. Move, go. Alright, so he's trying to take out my my 3rd here. So I did throw 2 transfuses on it. I do have 1 more, and it does have 76 health. He could have killed that right away, but I would just move my guys down here, and I would be building a 5th very shortly. I did have 2 Zerglings there, so it did cause him to lift up that. And I do have a pretty large army. A lot of Zerglings, and he's going to be moving to the center of the field here. 3-3 Marines, and my Zerglings are not 3-3. Oh, now I finally decided to upgrade that. And I'm going to come down to his 3rd base and build a bunch of Banelings, and I will bust through that wall. As you see here, I do see him pushing to the middle of the map, and I know that is happening right now, but I will base trade because my guys are down here. There's no point of trying to get back, and his army is set up, so I'm going to come here and base trade. I'm the first one to attack, and when you are the first one to attack, it does give you an advantage because it makes the other person think, okay, am I going to base trade or am I going to go defend my base? And he's going to decide to base trade. And all I'm going to do is try to kill 1 base here and then I'm going to return. Alright, so I killed, I'm not sure if he canceled that. I don't think he did, but I killed 2 command centers, and his tanks are in the middle here. I didn't really see that, but I could have tried to go and pick those off. And he's going to kill my 3rd as well, but I did believe I saved all my drones, and I did save a lot of them. I'm still at 62 harvesters. And as you see here, his army is mostly just Marines, and he could just be building mass Marines and Marauder right now. It would be definitely a good mix. I'm I'm going to send all my army in, got some fungals down, tried to split a little bit, split a few of his marines in the back. We did have some decent splits, but my infestors were at the scene first. And I just cleaned up his army there. And you see, he is distance mining here, I don't know why. There we go, landed that. And he is going to be out of a lot of money, and I'm going to come in here with my ultras and my infestors. Especially some of these ultras have a lot of kills. 13, 5. Well, maybe they don't have a lot, but I've had them for a while. A lot of marines here, a lot of tanks, and my Zerglings still aren't 3-3, I don't believe. Oh, yes they are. And it looks like I'm going to be able to finish him here. Throwing down a bunch of infested Terrans and just making more lings. I do probably have the crack upgrade by now. I throw it on all my infested Terrans. And it looks like I'm going to be able to just overrun him, as I am just going to be streaming in more Zerglings and more Zerglings. And as we see there, it's my APM that game. 195. Average 192. Average 122. Alright, so that's just one thing I have to say about the Marine tank build. You really need to be pushing at different points of the base at all times. The Marine tank build is very good, but I don't find it's a good death ball build to be pushing with. I find that against me personally, the way I play, this probably is a very strong build against roaches or mutiling or anything, but against masslings, I don't know why I built 2 of these here. But against masslings, I don't think it's the greatest build to go against, especially masslings with infestors and banelings. But unless you are dropping out all tiers at the same time. And as you see here, I was behind in the beginning a lot, but the one exchange with an army double the size of mine was maybe the turning point of the game. Alright, so I'm RimJaner. Hopefully this replay gives some insight on the play, and I'll be making another one soon. Alright, I'm RimJaner signing